incredible.
Proceed to the route.
Now, I don't read too many first-person books, but when I do, it's Murder, She Wrote. I love these books. Quick little suspense murder mysteries. Narrated by Jessica Fletcher from the hit TV series. The guy who wrote these books, Donald Baum, the guy was ancient, and he was writing these up until his death in 2016 was his last one. Nice opulent house in there. Bunch of old lady type of taste though, so I didn't find too many things that were great, but I got her to throw in this book, Voices of 1776, with this lion's throw. These are like modern video game magazines in the past decade. Game Informer one.
Yeah, Monday, I'm sorry. Not tomorrow. I'm back myself in the head today. So.
Alrighty, thank you. What is those?
That's the Salvation Army. They totally outsourced their books now. You can't find anything good here. But so far on the first rack, I finally got Star Trek III, The Search for Spock. I love this movie. And a novelization of Outbreak, the 90s pandemic movie. I'm looking over here. I see Nerve. This should be the Skull and Test Tube cover. Oh yeah, baby. Look how glorious that is. 50 cents. L. Frank Baum from the Wizard of Oz series wrote about a few dozen of these books, and in the 80s, Del Rey reproduced these ones. This is the Patchwork Girl of Oz, and they all just have such vibrant, spectacular covers. I'm trying to collect them all. They're not very expensive, but together they're worth a lot. Therefore, slowly I'm completing my collection. Alright, so earlier in the video I was showing clips from last weekend. I went out garage sailing. I got those Game Informer magazines. I got the Murder, She Wrote collection of about 8 and a few others. But this is from the Salvation Army haul a few days later here now. I'm going to go over all the ones I got from there. Another Calvin and Hobbes book. I'm slowly collecting them all. If you're like me, a lot of Gen X and millennials grew up with Calvin and Hobbes short stories. Basically, he had an imaginary friend, a tiger. Most of you know. I'm not going to explain. Naruto. This is a manga novel. So it isn't officially manga. It's just more of a novel of Naruto. It's about an $11 book. Next up, the Harad Experiment, Robert Rimmer. Like I said, I collect the sleeves. The Counterfeit Trader. This is an earlier printing, which later went on to be a movie, if I'm not mistaken. And this is kind of a rare printing of it from Pyramid, so you know it's old. It's that old Pyramid logo. Dangerous Spy of World War II. Then this one is in like the style of those old military issued books, Survival 714. How to Survive a Sharknado and Other Natural Disasters. So obviously it's like a satire type of encyclopedic spoof on that. More modern. From Sci-Fi. This is a 1957 like 39th printing of Signets. Very nice copy, in great condition for its age. Flip it back here. You see a lot of the Atlas Shrugged from Ayn Rand, but this one, I could tell, was older, so it's worth about $11 or so online and routinely sells. On the spine here, I saw Marilyn Ross when I was looking through the books, and this is Delta Flame, so it's like some antebellum time Southern drama here. So Marilyn Ross wrote the Dark Shadow series, tons of those books, and I don't really see many of his. This is a pen name for a guy named W.E.B. Ross or whatnot, and he kind of wrote under this woman's name as a pen name for a lot of these gothic soap opera dramas. Margaret Atwood, The Handmaid's Tale, author of that. This is The Cat's Eye. Look at that floating sorcerer with the orb. I think this is a printing from the late 80s, early 90s. Of all the covers you see online, this is one of the best ones. Now, most Goosebumps aren't that expensive, but after the original run, R.L. Stine, who was also known for doing some of the Indiana Jones Choose Your Adventure books and the G.I. Joe's Choose Your Adventure books in the 80s, went on to do Give Yourself Goosebumps, Reader Beware, You Choose the Scare versions of Goosebumps, and I love the refractor foil on here. That's so 90s. Great. From Scholastic. Don't run into these too often. Brian Stableford, The Empire of Fear. Look at that graphic cover.
So these books here are, we've got some books here that are free with some VHS tapes and things of that nature. And
You're putting it mildly. These are kind of books you collected at garage sales from the past year that you're donating now. And
this book and a couple down here, or the few down here, are the books that I got when I was a deputy jailer.
okay.
Because they had a library, and the lady that did it was a Christian, and she gave them to me. So,
Dude, that book looks like it's been violated. It's so tattered.
Well,
and you're
because-
telling me it came from the prison? Makes sense.
a jail, because they're not allowed to have covers on the book,
Wow.
except for soft covers. They're not hard covers.
Yeah.
They have to tear the hard covers off, and then the cover that's over the hard
Looks
book,
like they get good.
they have to
use
do
of
it over the page. So I make sure I sanitize the books before I...
And then these ones are like the Reader's Digest, like hardcovers collected
These
that
are
you
the-
see at every thrift
These
store,
are the
every
ones.
garage
These
sale.
are the ones that Kristen brought in.
No, you brought. I thought
I
you
did.
bought a few.
No, I did not bring these in.
You bought a few of these.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Oh no, at that yard sale.
Yeah, in Whitmore.
And you were like, dude, you got taken.
He paid $2 each for these, and
No, it was $2 for the whole box.
$2 for the whole box. Okay,
Yeah.
it wasn't too bad then. From what I remember, it was last year, and you said $2 a piece. But either way, they take up so much space, and they're worthless. That's a St. Petersburg thriller, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I passed on it.
Yeah.
Seemed too generic
Yep.
and dated. And we got the VHS down here. These are like self-help books.